Chapter 16 deals with retailing and wholesaling. And retailing, I guess, is probably one of the things that the internet has changed a tremendous amount um, because of the ability for you and I as consumers to check and check prices, check availability, check anything on the internet. So that's changed it beyond comprehension. So retailing has changed a great deal, and at the same time, it stayed the same in a lot of respects, in the sense that there's still a lot of retailing, physical retailing done out there. The internet did not kill retailers. It changed it, but it did not kill it. So it provides lots of utilities. Consumer utilities does not mean electrical power. What it refers to directly is value, consumer value offered. So the value giving, place where you can go look at it, form, time, and possession. Which retailer provides which utilities or value, something you're willing to pay for. You can look that over. There we go. This is just little background statistics for you. Retail outlets. Now, most of this is classification data in the sense that it will help you understand, who you're dealing with. If you're a marketer, you're going to do research on retailing, kind of figure out the landscape of who's out there. You can certify yourself green. I don't know if that's green paint. That's actually a tough thing to identify exactly, but everybody calls themselves green nowadays. So a little green paint, and you must be there. Chains, independent retailers, contractual systems. There's lots of choices in that regard. Franchises would be in the contractual. There you go. Go to franchise.com. You can learn a tremendous amount by just doing your own research. Top 5 franchises in the United States. Now notice the startup costs, and you'll get an idea of what it takes to have in the bank to do one of these. Different types of retail. Self-service, i.e. Vending machines, is a look at Redbox, how well they have done. Very powerful still, and an ancient form of retailing, but still viable in this day and age. Let's see, I think I lost my place slightly. Sorry. Okay. There we go. Now, sorry about that. So the breadth and number of different product lines, it just shows you, in the depth of product lines in various categories. And there is a thing, it's not mentioned in your book, called the Wheel, W-H-E-E-L, of retailing. You might want to read up on that. If you're interested in retailing or work in it or want to work in it, you can identify opportunities that way. Hypermarket, supermarket, and then this goes to the size, dimensionally, of how big these things are. And there's really nothing new. There's just that's what the Wheel of Retailing suggests, is that it just kind of goes through a cycle. It's cyclical in nature. Activities that do not involve a store. So vending, not much retailer involvement. Indirect selling, like a shoe store, say, a lot of involvement. Home shopping networks, and there's a infinite almost variety of ways to shop. Elements of retailing strategy, the mix. The retailing mix is what you're going to sell, how you're going to, the mix of products that you're going to have in your merchandising mix. Retail positioning is the same as product position. Is it going to be a exclusive high-end store, or is it going to be more of a discount, everyday kind of a store? And everything in between. There you go. Again, most of this is definitional stuff, quite honestly. There's not a lot about strategy. Now here, however, is a strategy, and this has to do with pricing. Everyday low price, Walmart's claim to fame. Signpost items, fair pricing is a little different than everyday low price. You'll have to, I can't quite remember that off the top of my head. Shrinkage means people shoplifting, which is not a good thing. It's not yours, don't take it. Off-price retailing has become warehouse clubs and things like that have become very popular. Store locations, have to do a lot of it with the money you can afford. If you're going to be in a mall, that's going to cost you a great deal. So you got to make sure you can generate the volume necessary to pay your rent. So image, this has to go with positioning. Square foot, sales by square foot. Apple does a tremendous amount of business per square foot in their Apple branded retail stores. Tremendous amount. The wheel of retailing, they do mention it. I didn't think they did, but make sure you read through that. That's a fascinating look at kind of how the cycles that retailing goes through. And not all retailers last forever. Some die, like Burger Chef, which I don't remember even. And this is okay, they do have it in there. Excellent. They didn't before in a former edition. This wheel of retailing is a very powerful thing. Starts at number 1 and goes through. If you read this closely, you'll see kind of how that evolves and how businesses do evolve. Life cycles of different stages or types of retailing. Again, a lot of this is definitional sort of stuff. Interesting stuff, but it is definitional. Multi-channel, the ability to use the internet and physical retailing is very powerful. Here's broken up by categories. Multi-channel marketer like JCPenney's, which has gone through a lot of change and upset recently. Intermediaries, how they might help fulfill orders and things like that. Wholesalers. This is kind of behind the scene things. Agents and brokers, manufacturers. I mean, all of these are retailers in a certain sense because they deal directly with the public. Okay, very good. Make sure you read and stay up on things. Best of luck and keep studying.